Hey, what's going on? I'm Wonderful Will of the Bag Show. I hope everybody having a great day. Man, I'm telling you, I got through another work week and I'm looking forward to being off this weekend. I'm off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I am so excited to be off these 3 days because I had a very long week. So I hope all of you all had a great week just like I did. And I know the weekend is coming up, and I hope you all gonna be safe out there. Remember to social distance from everybody, and just do your part, do your patriotic duty, and social distance and wear your mask. I know I hate wearing it too, but just for the sake of others who's vulnerable to this COVID-19. They just do our part. But anyway, I received a article from a friend of mine through Facebook Messenger, and it was a case involving of a young woman who lived in Chicago, Illinois, and her name was Yolanda Holmes. Unfortunately, she was murdered. I think it was during the weekend of 2012, so I think it was September the 2nd, where she was murdered during that weekend right before Labor Day. And now that happened in 2012, but now to this day, but the person who did it was convicted of murder. It was three people involved in the whole thing. But the shooter who actually shot her, his name is Eugene Spencer. And he was sentenced, I believe he was sentenced 99 years. So pretty much he's going to be in prison for the rest of his life. And his girlfriend named Lorraine Johnson, she received 14 years. And she was credited for time served during the time up to the time she faced trial. I think that was in either 2015 or 16, I'm not for sure, but she should be getting out of prison this year. She's probably already out by now. But the mastermind of this woman's murder, it hits close to home, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people who live in Chicago know about this case. But if you're not from Chicago, but this young lady was murdered by her son. Her son had pretty much put a hit on his own mother. He put a hit on his mother, and the guy, Eugene Spencer, was the shooter. But what happened, I'm just going to give a brief scenario of what happened. So if I kind of go off, just bear with me. Just like I said earlier, it happened on the weekend of Labor Day in 2012. That was the weekend. I believe it was September the 2nd, to be exact. Well, first, what happened is her son called her earlier that day and just informed her that he would be coming in late. So approximately after that night, probably after 4 a.m., the door, I guess the buzzer, she got the doorbell had rung, the buzzer had rung, and so she got up to let assuming that is her son's coming in. But as soon as she opened the door, the guy Eugene Spencer fired one shot and shot her in the head, and of course she died. And her boyfriend was there, and I guess and Spencer doing the investigation, Spencer, he didn't know that the boyfriend was going to be there. So when the boyfriend, I believe his name is Curtis, he got up and got into a physical altercation, tried to stop him from leaving, but he wasn't successful at doing it. And the shooter, Spencer, Eugene Spencer, ended up pistol whipping him, and he sustained some injuries. And when the police arrived, they had was blood on the wall, and they suspected it was her blood. But during the further investigation, came to find out it was the boyfriend's his blood, because he was trying to stop the Spencer from leaving. And at first, I believe they thought the boyfriend Curtis was, I guess he was a person of interest, but particularly he would be a person of interest because he was there with her. So he's going to be probably one of the first person he going to be questioned, because he called the police and they came and started processing the crime scene. And it was kind of believed, so he was a suspect, but doing further investigation, he was exonerated, and it was pretty much he was clear from any wrongdoing. So now they at a standing point, so where the detectives they want to get phone records, try to subpoena phone records, which I didn't know it would take that long, but it took almost a year to get the phone records. But when they finally was able to get it, and then they got the surveillance, and they pretty much be able to start putting the pieces together. They had a picture of a guy walking in, going through the gate, through the those apartments that have, you got to get buzzed in to go through just to get in. So they got a video of him walking in, and moments later he walked out wearing something different. So he had changed clothes. I guess they had that so-called planned out what they was going to do. But they was able to they were able to narrow the calls down, and they was able to pinpoint that it was Eugene Spencer was the person of interest, and they was able to apprehend him and bring him in and question him. At first he was being difficult. He was lying, saying he had anything to do with it, but I guess when they started presenting all the evidence they had, and he had no choice but to come clean. So finally he admitted that he shot Yolanda Holmes. And then I guess he had a case of Nino Brown, like, look, if I'm gonna go down, I'm taking everybody with me. For those who don't know Nino Brown, that's from the character from New Jack City, when he pretty much sold everybody out when he went to court. But yeah, he Nino Brown everybody else, because he said, well, I did it, but the mastermind was her son. Once they were able to apprehend him. But I'm going to go back again. But during the time after, during the time after they had funeralized Yolanda Holmes, that they were suspecting of his son too, because what he started doing, he inherited two, I believe he inherited two life insurance policies. She had taken Miss Holmes had taken two life insurance policy out on herself, where her son would be the sole beneficiary. And also, and came to find out that he liquidated her bank accounts, and she had approximately like $90,000 in her bank account. So Miss Holmes was doing pretty well for herself. She was, like I said earlier, she owned a hair salon, and she was an entrepreneur. She had her own business, so she was a well-accomplished woman. She was doing good for herself. So he was able to, he got all the money, and he, of course, get on the social media with a lot of those idiots that get on there and tell on themselves and make themselves look like a straight suspect. He was doing certain things. He was like a local rapper, so he's trying to make a name for himself. They got a video of him, he just giving out $100 bills to everybody in his way of giving back to the community, doing the playing the Robin Hood thing. And they was kind of, they suspect on him, but they were suspicious of him. They were suspicious of him, but they really didn't, at that time they didn't have any evidence. But eyes was on him. They just watched him, and pretty much he helped the detectives put the pieces together when they was able to get Eugene Spencer. Eugene Spencer spilled the guts. He said, yeah, he was involved. He the one that paid me. Called an agreement. They had made an agreement where he hired Spencer to pay him, I think initially $7,000 to do the job. And so he confirmed that, and the detectives were able to confirm that, and they was able to bring him in along with his girlfriend, Spencer's girlfriend. I think that his girlfriend, her name is Lorraine Johnson, as I mentioned. She was the driver and the lookout. Of course, when she, in her statement, she said they was the initial thing they were going to do is just going to make a robbery. She stated that she didn't know that it was going to be a murder. So she ended up getting caught up too, but guilty by association. You was an active player in that crime. But she received a less sentence. I think like I said, she got 14 years, and she got credit for time served during the time while incarcerated, and she was be able to get out of jail sometime in 2020. But like I said, I think she's probably out by now because we come to the end of the year, so she's probably out by now. But Spencer and the son Kwame, they both got sentenced pretty much life in prison. Spencer got 99 years and Kwame got 100 years, and both of them was young guys in their early 20s. Can you believe that? Just gone over some nonsense, over greed, over money. And I did some further reading, and some of the people that knew her was saying that she had I think their relationship kind of was a little strange, because it was told that Miss Holmes cut her son off financially. So he pretty much, I guess she was like, you're a grown man, you need to start help taking care of yourself. I'm not gonna keep doing pretty much for you. And I guess of course he's one of them spoiled brats, just don't know when to say, can't accept the fact that he's an adult. He's gonna have to start doing things on his own. So he take the punk route, the evil route, and have his own mother, who gave birth to him, who took care of him, provided for him, gave him a roof, food, clothes. And she, for some further reading, she had bought him a nice Camaro. So he was living pretty good. But at some point, it's time to leave the nest and do your own thing. And I guess he didn't want to do that. So he had her own mother murdered so he can collect the insurance policies. And that case was pinned. Like I said, it happened in 2012. And let me see, I believe on March the 6th, 2019, they finally went to trial. And after each the side pleaded their case, it said in less than 12 hours, the jury came up with a verdict, and they found Spencer and Kwame guilty of murder. It was murder for hire. I'm sorry, it was murder for hire. And so they pretty much going to spend the rest of their natural lives in prison. Just like I said, just gone. And I don't understand how could you kill your own mother? You shouldn't kill, period. But just kill your own mother just for money. And the way he was using that money, he was probably going to be broke within a year or so. And then what? What are you going to do? Go kill somebody else and you ran out of money? Now this woman, a well-accomplished woman, she probably worked her ass off to get to a point of her life where she can enjoy the fruit of her labor, and her life just get just taken out just like that by her own son and some loser killer. She just gone. Man, I of all of these cases I've heard, this is probably like one of the most sinister. It's just like I don't know if a lot of some of you all familiar with the case that happened in Conyers, Georgia, where these twins had killed their mother and they lied about it, and they ended up getting charged too. But I think this is like just as worse as that case right there, man. But if you want to see the whole story, is like I said, it was that particular case was showcased on Discovery ID, the show Suspicious Minds. They did a case on that. So if you want to read no further details about it, I suggest you go to that app, or if you have it on your cable subscription, check it out. On your own demand, just check it out. It's interesting, man, and it's sad that something like that has to go down. But again, I thank you all for listening in, and I hope you all stay safe out there. Just remember, social distance, wear your mask, and be safe. And I hope you all have a great day, a great week, and a great life. And always remember, God is love, and love is God. Peace. We hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.